He tried to do what he could do. He's trying to stay in the race. He can't run with that Indian over there. The Indian.
I had to mute her already. Hey, Chris, I had to mute you already.
I'm sorry. I was over here talking a little mess. I'm sorry.
Oh, God, it's all good.
I'm sorry. Tell the people I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
It's right there. Hello, how you doing? Pretty good.
Here we go.
Here we go. We're just trying to let a couple of people get in before we get started. Like we got an echo. I think there's a couple of phones on. I think there's an echo. Can we hear it?
It's a delayed echo.
Is it something I need to do?
No, I think it's just a delay echo.
Well, it's gone now.
Okay.
Oh, good deal. There we go. Coming in loud and clear. Hey, folks, we just want to welcome everybody and thank you for tuning in this evening, day 14 evening edition of the coverage of the 2024 Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. Come on in, folks. We thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Hey, Jason.
Yes. Come on in.
Hey, folks. Today we're going to have a special guest on with us, a group of women who have went out and done something outstanding.
They did the doggone thing.
They did the doggone thing. So we're gonna cue this up right quick. We're gonna get a word in from our panhead rider here, and hear what he got to say, and then we're gonna get started with it.
So the past couple of days have been a little rough. Entry into Canada has not been awesome because of losing our parts truck, and then first day in Canada, my handlebars broke. So half of that time riding around with half your handlebars in your lap is not optimal and doesn't make for getting decent miles. But we were able to get everything set up to have just huge amount of assistance from 2Js and all of the parties that came together to kind of help me out with parts and get the bike going. And last night we were able to get everything all put back together. This morning I'm back on track. It's a little bit tough riding this morning because it's pea soup thick fog, but we got our first 100 miles under our belt, and we're back on track. So today, hopefully this is a great day as far as laying down some miles. I'm in Edson, Alberta, Canada, and probably heading into the toughest part of the ride. The nice thing is now we've got handlebars that don't lay in my lap anymore, or at least part of them, and it's really comfortable. So I was able to clean out my air cleaner yesterday. That's a huge help. Makes the bike much easier to start, especially those morning starts. I was having the first 2 days I was in Canada having to take the air cleaner off to get the bike started. So oil leak's not too bad. I'm losing about 1 quart of oil a day from this leaking base gasket right there. And makes for some ugliness, but as they say, as long as it's leaking oil, it's got oil in it. So we'll be all right. That part of everything mechanically is running really great. So I'm very optimistic, and we're just I got a good night's rest last night. I was able to sleep next to my bike in 2J's shop and got a great night's sleep and a shower that improves things so much as far as how I feel. So I'm really looking forward to rocking a really good day, and I hope you rock a great day too.
All right.
So Pascal,
That's an update from High riding that pan head. Hey man, you talking about adversities? Could you
Yeah.
imagine your handlebar breaking and riding with one handlebar?
Nah.
I'm talking about he is definitely going through something, but he's sticking with it. He's still rolling, and man, my hat off to him on that pan head. But hey,
Yeah.
folks, I want to thank you again for tuning in for this evening edition of Day 14. I know some people out there are watching. We thank you for watching. Some people even have a little watch party get together, which is awesome. We appreciate you tuning in. But this evening, we're gonna look at the big board. And then when we walk away from the big board, we're gonna turn it over to these three riders here that have went out and accomplished the feat in their first try. In their first try, I know Kink's been there before, but we're gonna say in our first try,
In the first try. First try.
first attempt. Uh, which is awesome. Which is awesome. So we're gonna take a quick look at the big board, and I know we've been having them on standby here for a minute, but let's look at the big board. A lot of riders already finished. I'm sure they're up in the maybe hundreds now. Riders finished. Actually, some riders are starting to head back to the lower 48.
Yeah.
Everybody have their own agenda. Everybody, work, family, but you still have people moving in that direction. You got Tim Ross. I think if they have not already gone in, there is a delay on the tracker. Bob Rose. I'm sorry, Bob Rose, Tim Rose. We're gonna scan down, and like I say, these riders may have already hit the finish line, but as you can see, some riders are starting heading back to the lower 48.
Mm-hmm.
Some riders at the dealership getting new tires put on, getting services. I know today is the end of ride party get together celebration. So these ladies here are set and in position for that. I'm sure they're getting
Yeah.
their accolades there for finishing the ride. But we can't forget the riders still down here.
In the
Um,
lower 40.
I would-
They still pushing, man.
yeah, and as long as they still have forward momentum, that's what come down from the top. As long as they still have forward momentum, they are still considered participating. So if it's day 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, they are still green light to continue to push. All right. So, folks, we ask that you keep your riders down here in the lower 48 in your thoughts and prayers. They're still
Yes.
moving forward. All right. With that being said, folks, I'm going to cue this thing up to bring on
Hey.
our special guest. Good evening. Good evening. Curbs, how
Hey.
you doing?
Hello, hello. I'm good. Real good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes. I know we had a little disconnect yesterday with you guys coming in, timing and everything, but we got that worked out.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we got that worked out, and I truly appreciate you coming on. I know there was a lot of anticipation. for you ladies to finish yesterday. Uh, the live was queued up. We were ready for you. We even had the late night edition. But on the live tonight, we have Curve Rider 1225. She's a first time rider. We have Kinky 1096. She's a returning rider from 22. And we have incredible rider number 1233. So, ladies, I don't know how you have your order. Where's everybody sitting at? But please introduce
Kiki
yourself.
is laying down. Where is she? You see Kiki?
Yeah. Oh,
This is where the veteran is.
okay. She'll know this go round. Don't let me start thinking about 22. But good deal. Congratulations to everybody. Congratulations to everybody. So introduce yourself and just kind of tell us who you're riding for and your whole idea concept of coming to this ride. How did you find out about this ride? What made you want to take this challenge?
I'm Curves. Uh, rider number 1225. My charity is Mo's Heroes, which is supporting homeless vets. I am a 20-year veteran, Air Force retired, and the
Airport.
charity that I support is a friend of mine. She's also retired Air Force, Shadonna McFall. She started this to help out veterans transitioning from active duty back to the civilian life. And so I've always supported her in this, charity, making sure that veterans can get housing, their benefits, also, just getting resumes and things like that put together so that they can get jobs. So that's what my charity is for. The way I came about knowing about the Hoka Hey was actually Sharif. I think back in 2015, something like that. Um, and he was telling me about it, and I kind of started to follow it in 2016, learning about how it is every other year and different things like that. I had some more introduction to it. Julie, I think you guys call her Squirrel. She kind of talked to me in 2019 about the 2020 ride, but I wasn't ready. I thought I was, but I was like, at the time, my job would not allow me to take that much time off. So, but always kind of looking at the Hoka Hey as an ultimate ride to do if you were going to call yourself a rider. This
Right,
is where you needed to position yourself. So what I
right,
kind of started to do in the Bessie rides was to build our way to that. You know what I mean? Doing certain rides so that we would be prepared for this ultimately when it was time. So
right.
2024
And
presented itself as a
I
time.
know, right. I know you lady have ridden the 48 in 10, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. We did that. So we've done some big rides to get ourselves prepared for it. We've done the 48. We did it in 8 days. We've done the ride around Texas, which people don't know. That ride is not easy, but we've done that ride. To just and a lot of cross countries have we've done. So this is about endurance, truly, and I'm sure my
right,
sisters are gonna attest to that. But yeah, I wouldn't just come off of my couch and do this ride. You know what I mean? Like you gotta like practice. You have to put yourself in a position to be able to do this type of ride. So that's kind
right.
of where my journey was. Incredible.
Incredible.
She's
Yeah,
standing back
yeah.
here.
By all
This is
means.
my yeah, the
Come
VP in the
on.
club.
Yeah, yeah.
Incredible.
Welcome,
Yeah,
What's
Kurt.
up?
Incredible. Welcome. Yeah. So how did you find out about it? How did you get involved and participate in the Hoka Hey?
Okay, well, my name is Incredible. I'm number 1233. Just following you guys, KSolo Reef, and I kind of been aware of what the Hoka Hey was, and I've always said you can miss me with that. I'm not doing no Hoka Hey. And so
I'm not
then
sleeping
I
outside.
was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. But then the more I kept riding, as Kurz was saying, the endurance and the ability to ride, through certain terrains, and we did the 48, we did the ride around Texas. I was like, I've done everything. Well, I guess now I need to step it up to that what we consider elite motorcycle challenge. So then therefore I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I think that is leveling up. So then,
Right.
well, I knew about it and I knew what it, pertained to and entailed and things of that nature. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. No problem.
Oh,
here I am.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
outstanding. And my hat off. I commend you. I salute you.
Yes.
First time out, first rider, and to complete it in 14 days. That is outstanding.
Yes, yes.
So
13 days.
congratulations.
13
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
That's
13
13.
days.
13
13
days.
Okay.
Get
days.
it right, man. You got to get it
Look,
right
look,
now.
look,
Look at
look,
look
look,
at
look,
Get
Curves.
it right. You're right.
Look at Curves.
look, 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 look. 13 days. Oh man. Hey, so I'm gonna just pass it around. Let me speak to that veteran over there.
Right,
Okay,
right,
here you
right.
go.
Like
Is she
Kenon,
asleep?
Look, look.
Is
My
she
ass is
asleep?
asleep.
Oh,
Oh
I'm
my
figuring on
God.
that. What's
hey
going on,
folks.
people?
What's
Hey
up,
folks.
Kinky?
Look. Let me tell you something. I've ridden the ride around Georgia with this rider right here, and my hat off to her. Kink is an outstanding rider, man. She jumped right in with both feet. She's been hitting the IBA pretty hard. No, you go ahead. You go ahead, Kink. You go ahead and tell the folks who you are and your accomplishments. I'm up here just jaw jacking. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the intro. Uh, my name is Kinky, IBA number 1096. Um, I did the Hoka Hey in 2022. Unfortunately, I had an accident around 200 something miles from the finish, which I broke my ring finger and found out later I broke a bone in my foot. So that held me out. You know, I was close, but it was no cigar. So when 2024 came out, I thought about it, then I didn't think about it, then I thought about it again. And once I found out my sister signed up for it, I was like, shit, I might as well go ahead and give it a go. So I decided to sign up and roll it with my sisters, and hey, here we are. We are all elite finishers of the 2024 Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge.
All
That's
right.
outstanding.
That's
Yep,
And
outstanding.
right.
go
And
ahead.
this year I'm riding for Autism Speaks. I know a lot of people, friends and family members with kids, and now they are some of them are adults now that has autism. So I want
Hmm.
to bring awareness to that. So that's what my charity is. So please, feel free to get to the top of my page and donate to the Autism Speaks. It's a wonderful charity. I mean, I think almost everybody that probably knows somebody with autism. Even
Yeah.
if you
Right,
don't know, a lot of people have it. There's so many different spectrums of autism, from just the slight to people that's barely can do whatever. But it's a Autism Speaks is a wonderful charity. I researched all the charities for autism before I decided which charity I wanted.
right.
Everybody I talked to, they said Autism Speaks did the best. So that's what I decided to. When I'm gonna ride, I'm gonna ride for something, ride for a purpose, and that was
Right.
my purpose for this ride.
That's outstanding. Now, as a veteran going into the 24 challenge, you knew the directions, you knew it was turn by turn, you knew you were gonna be camping outside. How did you readjust your metal to fit this year's ride? Because that initial start immediately was a punch in the face to you guys, to you ladies. So the thing is, preparing for 22, preparing for 24, was it about the same? Did you change anything? What new approach? I know you're on a different bike. First of all, let's get the
Yeah,
elephant in the room addressed.
yeah, and that to me that made a big difference because of course on 2022 I rode the Harley Road Glide Special, and that's what I had the accident on. In 2023 I bought the Indian Challenger
Right,
Dark Horse, and
right,
I went back to go finish from where I fell off at, technically, um, the ride, and I noticed the big difference from the way the bike handled to me compared to riding the Road Glide Special. So when I went down to Daytona, I test rode all bikes, and the Challenger was the bike to fit me. So I tell people that people go by brand loyalty or whatever, but you need to pick the bike that picks you instead of just going out picking what your friends riding or what this person's riding with that person. That might not be the bike for you. It might not be the fit for you.
right,
It might be too big
Right.
for you. Might be too small for you. But you just doing what you see everybody else doing, and sometimes you need to actually step out the box and do what's right for you.
that
And
is
Right.
for me doing
outstanding.
that,
Right.
it made
Yeah.
a big
Yeah.
difference. I
That is
feel so much more comfortable on this bike. I don't have all that hesitation and stuff I had riding the Road Glide or whatever, and I'm happy with it.
good. Now,
That's
curves,
awesome.
curves. You're on a road glide, right?
Right.
Now, I know you, like I said, you did your homework, you did your study, you talked to Sharif, you talked to other riders, uh, prepping for it, the equipment that you brought with you, the clothing, the tent, the cots, everything that you researched. Did it work for you on this ride?
Some of the stuff worked, some things didn't. It just, and it also depended on where we were located. You know,
Right.
So Kinky, of course, being the veteran, when we started to, like she said, when we all decided we were going to ride together, we would periodically have meetings just to kind of talk about what we are going to pack. Kinky is she has a lot for words, but some of the words were, I don't think so. No, that ain't gonna work. Y'all think that's gonna work? That's not. Oh man, listen. She, listen. She was definitely like, all right, Curves, whatever you say. You know, I mean, to the
Right.
point we were like, initially, listen, the initial push was we're gonna have a shower every day, and we're gonna carry our own shower, and
I was
oh
on the
man,
floor with that one, bro.
listen,
I'm like, go ahead, y'all,
I
go
was
ahead.
talking about
I'll wait
bringing
for
the
y'all.
tent for the porta potty. We was gonna have everything.
They were glamping, bro. They were glamping.
You have the Cabela's, and the Bass Pro Shop has the tent where you can put the potty in there,
Yeah,
Right.
and
Right.
yeah, yeah.
M1 had one of those.
hey, listen, but listen,
You had a potty.
we had a portable potty with
Yes,
us.
we did.
It just didn't have the tent.
Yeah.
I just want
Now,
people to know that the ladies, listen, we did a little different from the fellas.
right.
We had
Right.
because there were places where we slept that we could not use the bathroom.
Right.
Right. Yes.
Ah,
Yes. Yes.
When you get up in the morning, guess what? First thing you got to do is use that bathroom.
Right.
right,
So
right,
we
right,
eh,
right.
we had that though, and that made a big difference for
Big
us as
difference.
women.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
incredible.
Trying to find
Incredible.
one in the woods.
I know Incredible is a veteran rider, seasoned rider. This
Very.
approach to,
Yeah.
to sleeping outside, how did that work into you doing this ride? I see it on your face. I want to hear you.
Initially, I was like, "Oh hell no, I'm not doing that." But as the time went on, and because we were riding so long for so many hours, and the different mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion, I could have slept anywhere. By day 2, I was like, whatever. Day 3, I didn't care. We took out our little camping chairs. We had our tarps, and like the first day, like they were saying, it was kind of like, oh, let's set up our fort and this, that, and the third. By day 5 or 6, we was like, just lay down. Just lay down, take out your mosquito net and go to sleep. And get in the tunnel. That's our code thing for going to sleep.
Right.
Get in the tunnel.
Yeah, we were just trying to get some.
Yeah.
Good.
Let me.
Good.
But
Good.
no,
I got.
it
I
was
got a
it
big
actually
question.
was okay. That was my biggest worry, but it became the least worry at the end, camping out.
And that's what I told them. I'm like, look, y'all thinking sleeping out is a big issue, but
It's
you
not.
so tired, you don't give a
A
yeah.
rat's ass.
I'm gonna just wherever I can get a corner at, I'm going in. I'm going to sleep.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Right.
What
Let
Logic.
you got, Logic?
let
What you got on your
look.
Yeah,
mind?
Logic got a question.
I want to know because they're all y'all riders. So, what about this
Yeah.
ride? What did you learn more about yourself out of all those other rides? What did you learn more about yourself in this ride that you did not know about yourself before?
For me, because I've always put the rides together when it came to the Bessie ride. This time I was following somebody else's directions. You know what I
Mm.
mean? I didn't have a GPS, and actually, I learned to just follow. For me,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Right. Right.
and we as veterans, we learn that in the military. In order to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower.
Right,
That's
right.
right. That's right.
It was moments where I was talking to Tone on the phone, and I would say, I look at all of us, and we bring something different to the ride. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
Kinky, when we needed to speed our ass up, and we needed that tap on that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cursing. I'm sorry. When
Hey,
we when we
hey, hey.
when we needed when we needed a kick in the butt to stop kind of lackadaisical riding and just out there dee, 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 Kinky was our she drug our ass,
Right.
literally.
Hmm.
She put
Yeah.
that rope around us and come on, we got to go. Let's go. Incredible is typically our technical skill, in the curve. So you know about those mountains and things like that, KSolo. So guess
Right.
what?
Yeah.
When we needed somebody to drag our ass down that mountain in the dark, and she
Right.
could see better than me and Kinky, you know what I mean? So we had our eyes were incredible. And you had to trust, you had to trust her that she would
Yeah.
get us through and get us to the other side. You know what I mean?
Right.
To where we
Right.
needed to be to keep
And
with our
and that's what
time.
and that's what
So
a
it was
veteran and that's a veteran and OG role in
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, you have to
So
you have
she
to you have to learn when it's time for you to lead and when it's time for you to follow. You know what I mean? And I had to step back and let my sisters lead, and I had to know when to follow them. And they vice versa, did the same thing. When it was time to step up, it'd be like, hey King, today is your day. And
right,
it wouldn't be a hesitation, it would be like,
Right.
okay. And she would just, hey, let's go. And
right.
it was everybody mindset was the same on that. Would have to say about that. So that's what I learned the most about myself is how to follow.
Good
Let
deal.
the other ladies talk. I want to hear what else.
Uh,
Yeah. Me too.
yeah,
Me
yeah, yeah,
too.
I want to
Me
hear what
too,
they have to
Logic.
say.
Me too. Me too.
so King,
There you go.
uh,
Huh?
I know you said the difference between the 22 and this year, the course. I want to address the course, the route. How was the route compared to 22? Was it more mountains? Was it more urban? Did you go through more cities, towns, d- d-
Um,
badlands?
a few of it was repetitive of 22, but I realized like some of the areas we went through. Say we went in 2022, we went right through it, and 2024 we went left to go through the same thing on some of the
Right,
areas. Cause I'm like, oh, I've been like looking around. I'm like, oh, I've been through this mountain before, but we hit it at the different angle. So we might have came in through the back of it. Now this time we came through the front of it on some of the
right,
stuff. Um, so like that was, I mean, it wasn't a lot of it. It was like maybe three or four things that you realize. I'm like, there's that news van again. I've been here. I done that. But
right.
the roads, like, hey, you've been to Alaska. That Alaska highway is some shit right there. And luckily,
Yes, it is.
the veteran pack old man had went up before, and he gave me a heads up on, the keep on the lookout of certain areas to watch out, because it goes from concrete to gravel in a second. And unfortunately, I missed the first two of those things he told me, and I was riding at sixth gear.
KSolo, look.
Huh?
She had, how, have you ever seen Top Gun where the afterburners come on and the smoke rolls
Yeah.
out the back of the
Yeah.
airplane?
Right,
So
right,
she's first. Listen, so we let her go across the gravel first, right? She's the first across the gravel. She's flying. She is flying, and the smoke is literally like doing this off the back of her tire. I'm like, shit, is that what she want us to do? I'm gonna slow this
oh,
down a
Hey
little bit.
man.
I was like,
okay,
I was one quarter through, and I'm like, oh shit, this is gravel. So I was like, look, I know not to hit brakes. I'm just
right,
gonna let off the throttle and just roll this shit out, and that's what I did.
right.
Because I'm
And,
like,
and
I'm not hitting brakes, because I found out later that a couple of people hit brakes that day, and their outcome wasn't as good. But yeah, I
right,
just learned to
yeah,
just
yeah,
hold straight. Hey, I'm gonna just take it and just keep on going. I'm doing good. Keep it up, and I mean, and you tailing through, you shaking through,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of. I mean, it wasn't just one. I think we went through probably like 30 different patches or more of just gravel, and some was
okay,
straight, some be going around curves, and thank God. I think U.S. gravel was better than Canadian gravel. I must say, but it's too bad. It's too bad
right,
gravel. So people thinking, oh, I can go through that. I'm like, no, it's not for everybody. You got to
right,
definitely, get your riding skills up. You got to do back roads. There was so many going through mountains, switchbacks,
Mm.
and switch. And look, some of them said, can we not have any mountains today? Because we would so many freaking mountains and going in circles or whatever. And I know from like doing 2022 to doing now, like before, my skill set wasn't as improved as it is now. going through that
Mhm.
same mountain might have took me an
Mhm.
hour and a half to go through it. Now it took me less than an hour to go through it because now
Okay.
I'm more proficient in, like I said, riding a different bike. I'm more comfortable. So I'm just like, I'm skis going down the mountain, especially following Incredible ass. I'm like, oh, as long
Right.
as I know where the
Right.
turns
So
at, I'm like, okay.
incredible. So
Yeah.
incredible
And
was
I'm
leading.
just
Put
following her
incredible on.
going. And then when it's my turn, I'm like, okay, it's my turn to start skiing. So
So
that's the way I
put
see it.
incredible
Going
on.
through a mountain is
I want
like
to hear.
skiing.
I want to
You
hear
didn't let them, hey man, you
incredible.
didn't let them finish
Appreciate.
my question. You didn't let them finish my
What did
question.
you
Oh,
say?
man. I want to hear your perspective on that. Now, riding on gravel road, riding on dirt roads, is this new to you? Are you familiar with it? How did you approach it?
Okay, no, riding on dirt road and gravel road is not new to me, but it was a surprise because, as Kinky was saying, you would just be riding on the asphalt, and the asphalt is the same color as the gravel, and it's not gray or black, it's like a red color. So you're riding, and then all of a sudden, it's like loose gravel. And you're like, oh shit, but but yeah, so it definitely the first couple initial transitions of that was kind of shocking, but then after that we got used to it because like all through the Yukon, Canada, up into Alaska, it was a bunch of gravel. So we just became, it was second nature after that in regards to the terrain of the dirt and the gravel. It was no
Okay.
problems.
Okay. Well, look.
Well,
Says the technical rider.
Well,
Logic. Now, here's the thing.
But
I know you ladies are still on an emotional high right now, finishing. I know the end of ride party is about to happen, the get-togethers. So uh, what I want to do is, and I know Sarge has something lined up for you ladies to do. So I don't want to kind of give it all away. I don't want to give it all away. But what would you say to any rider, male, female, it doesn't matter, any rider that's thinking about doing this challenge? What advice would you give them?
get your coins together.
it's expensive.
The $75, $750
$750.
entrance fee is just the beginning. All the stuff you have to do to your bike, all the stuff you have to do, gas. Yeah. It's not a cheap sport. And then you got to have the time for work. You got to be able to take off 2 to 3 weeks, depending on what time of when it is, or where the start and the end position is. Because we ended in Homer last week, we still got to get back home to the East Coast. So that's another
Right.
3 days, 4 days, whatever. So get your
But
coins up.
But I mean, this isn't like going out doing a saddle sore or a BBG.
No,
This
no,
is
No.
nowhere near
no,
it. So in
no.
the aspect of long distance riding, that aspect of back road riding, small town riding, the physical endurance of it, the mental, the fatigue, what advice would you say? Look, start doing this, prep like this, start taking this route instead of this route. I mean,
Right.
what
Right.
from your perspective, ladies, what would you tell in each individual one? What would you tell the group, the people that's watching them? What would you tell them to be
I would
successful at
tell them
this?
to start off slow, doing like saddle sore 1,000 to whatever, and go up to do like the ride around Texas is basically gives you all elements in one ride.
Yeah.
So do the right if you can do the ride around Texas Gold, then you can maybe start applying for the Hoka Hey Challenge. If you can't finish that gold on that the IBA ride around Texas, you might rethink save your money and do something with it. Because
Right,
this type of
that's
ride
good.
is, and that's just 3 days. Doing a ride around Texas 3 days.
Yeah.
You got to do that 3 times plus.
And it's not just about the camp out, because like I said, when we initially started, we were thinking camping out. It's not really
right,
that, because it's just about really managing your fatigue and getting somewhere to sleep so that you can get back up to continue to ride. I would
right,
say more so of endurance. Like you can be a novice rider, but if you want to do something as challenging as this, you need, like you said, you need to lay down outside and do the everything that the okay requires. No GPS, riding sleep to your bike. Do that. You need to mentally get yourself prepared for that, because you got to understand we were in a hurricane.
Right.
We were in. Can we ride in the rain? Sure, we can. But can you ride in
Right.
a hurricane? Can you ride
Right.
in a potential tornado?
How you doing today?
Can
Right.
KSolo? I was gonna say this. I've watched you so many times put so many pictures out about tar snakes and in the road. Where you come to a road where it's chewed up. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like Kinky's talking about the gravel. You don't know what the road is gonna present. You need to get off the roads that you naturally ride on, which is definitely not highways, and that's what you need to do. Like,
Right.
you need to ride on back roads. The best 15 from the Southern California Motorcycle Association. I took that as
Yes.
practice last year. Uh, if you take the best 15 and you camp out with the best 15 and you do them consecutively, you may have a good look at what the Hoka looks like.
Right. Yep. Yep. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Just a
Yeah.
little bit. I mean, just a
Just
little
a
bit
little
now. But
bit.
I mean, it's a good sneak peek into it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And
Incredible.
also, you gotta say if you're on the East Coast, you
incredible.
need to get to the West Coast.
Yeah.
And know them roads. East Coast and West Coast roads are different.
I would say, piggyback off of much of what they said, but also just the level of their mentality that if you're just riding to say all female ride events or riding in your city or whatnot, you're never going to really have that experience that we experienced on the Hoka, and you're not going to be ready for it. Like they were saying, I love mountains. If you're not a mountain rider, don't even sign up for the Hoka, because most of these back roads that they take you through and the way that you have to get there is going to come through a mountain. One mountain, I was so damn dizzy. I was like, oh my gosh. And I like to ride curves. So I'm like getting it in the curve, I'm doing the damn thing. And then next thing I know, my eyes are going back and forth because literally there were so many switchbacks and uh circle. I thought we were literally doing a 360. Like, I'm like, we're going in a circle. But
Right.
if you're not mentally skillfully and physically ready to do that type of riding with the mountains and the back roads and stuff, then yeah, you definitely need to prepare yourself for that by getting out off of the interstates and doing that type of riding so you're prepared, because that's pretty much the entire Hoka is mountains and back roads.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Okay.
That's awesome. That's,
Logic.
well,
Logic.
yeah,
I know you have a
I'm
bunch of
waiting.
questions. We're gonna ask
I'm
one or
waiting
two
for
more
my other
questions
two
for you,
for
ladies.
Credible and Keeking to answer the question. What did you learn about yourself that you didn't know the last time or before you started this ride?
Patience. I think I've learned to just be patient, trust my sisters, and also believe in myself. Sometimes I'll
Mm.
second guess myself in certain things, and with these directions, you have to really kind of be Johnny on the spot, because they try to trip you up, and they tried to get us a couple of times, but we were too quick for that. We were too smart. There was a few times, if you watch us on the tracker, we were kind of turning
Yeah.
around. But the great thing about us though is because we are veteran riders. Our mindset is set for that type of riding. We didn't go down that rabbit hole. It was like, oh wait, we were supposed to turn this way, and everybody's like, oh yeah, okay. And if I might have caught it, Kink might have caught it another times, Curves may have caught the wrong turn, and we're like, we need to turn around. We never got far. Some riders get 60 miles, 150 miles down the street. We were
Right.
left at half a mile, and we're like, no, go back.
Mm.
So
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we
And that's
listen.
the
We
key.
listen
Yes.
to each other.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
a big
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same question to King. Same question to King.
Well, sorry, what was that again, Logic?
What did you learn more about yourself in this ride that you didn't know about yourself before the ride, even
Well,
though
only
you've
thing,
done this before?
only thing I can say is to be able to rely on somebody else, because I'm so used to doing everything by myself
Uh-huh.
that I don't really rely on anybody else to do anything. I'm the last of 8 kids, and I learned how to do everything by myself and worry about myself. But this time I had to realize that I had sisters here that I can rely on. So it was great to
Yeah.
have another two set of eyes that can help me on the road and do all of that type of stuff. So I could say that for me to be able to just be able to hand off the all that extra for a minute and let one of my sisters take control and do something instead of me doing it all the time, which was great. because I'm so used to just doing me all the time, and be able to have my sisters here to help me out. And I'm like, okay, I know Curves is gonna do this right here. I know Incredible gonna do this. Or if I'm looking at a sign, I don't see it. They be like, "Oh, sis, it's right here. Okay, cool. Oh, this is right here." So it's great that I'm was able to relinquish some of my craziness off to some of them.
Yeah. Solo, I mean, this is, we talked about it before about, well, Solo and Hops was talking about how it's not common for a group to ride together, but y'all stayed together. And by those answers, by you being able to ping in off of each other, I think it helped bring success to y'all group riding. That's incredible.
Yeah, but
You
like,
know,
well,
that's
we've been riding together for years. I mean, we did 48 states together. We did a ride around Texas together. We do cross countries together. We all went to Canada together. I mean, we're a club, so we ride together all the time. So
Yeah.
us riding together is not an issue, and we know everybody's issues with riding or whatever, and we know strong points and weak points. Like Curve said, sometimes some person might not like riding in the dark. Some person might want to do curves. So we know to hand off the torch to the person that's
Oh,
better
yeah.
to do that type of riding to lead us through that area. So it's not, and we never had no bickering the whole time.
Right.
Unfortunately, I know people think because it's three ladies that we're fighting and fussing through the whole thing. Not once we was like, oh, we never had that the whole ride. I can definitely say we got along great as sisters the whole ride. We never had any
That's
type of
wonderful.
animosity or anything on the whole ride. We all got along awesome, and
That's
that's
awesome.
why we here with
that's
a
awesome.
successful finish.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
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 good.
a that's an absolute awesome approach to it. To go in it with your sisterhood, to go in it with your club, you know, familiarity of riding together, to go in it together like that. But ladies, listen, I know I have a million questions for you, but I do not want to give it away. I do not want to spoil it because I know there's something up ahead waiting for you ladies. So
Okay.
I got one more
well,
question.
okay,
I got
Logic. Okay,
I got one more
okay.
question. I got one more.
Look, go
And wait
ahead,
a
go
minute.
ahead, go ahead.
Y'all gonna laugh. Solo gonna laugh. Solo gonna laugh. This question is just for Incredible. That's it.
Okay.
Where did you mount your tracker? Because after everybody else tracker went out, we only can follow yours.
But I'm definitely gonna give a shout out if you're in the area. Hog Country, that's one of my sponsors. Hog Country in Fayetteville, North Carolina. They actually put my tracker on. DZ from Rare Breed did his thing because that tracker I never, ever. If I wanted to be missing, I couldn't because it was tracking me. But go see Ted and DZ and Dave and them down in Fayetteville, Hog Country. It was right under, not directly under my seat, but they had that panel on the side. Right in front of the saddlebag because he showed me where they had placed it, and they did the damn thing with that
Okay.
tracker.
Yeah.
Hey, but before we go, and like I said, I don't want to spoil it. I know there's something on the
Right.
pipe. I definitely want you to give a shout out to your sponsors. I definitely want you to give a shout out to everybody that supported you, your charity organization, and anybody you just want to say thank you to, the committee, all of that stuff.
For me, of course, y'all know. Shout out to Tea Time, the number one.
Tea
As he called himself the other day, Charlie.
time.
Because
The angels love him.
listen, listen, we were safe. That's what I could say. He made sure
Yeah.
that we were safe on the road. Shout out to our, Incredible, and I was sponsored by Cajun Nation, which is a Cajun seasoning company down in Slidell, Louisiana. The Troy Chivers, Alfonso Bolden, and Troy Bolden are the just a few of the owners of that company. All black men are the owners, so we appreciate them looking out for the women this time.
Mhm.
And some of our top ladies were out of our club. They became our pit crew. Twos, Chocolata, Tamar,
Stormy,
Stormy. I'm sorry, Stormy,
Bella,
Bella, and
Fatal,
Fatal
Taboo.
and Taboo. Those were the dedicated sisters, but the Bessie Bells Riding Club definitely had their eyes on us. The whole entire club was always checking on us. Man, so many different people.
Shout out.
Richie Rich. I mean, we could probably go on for days. Snacks checked on me. You know what I mean? Cajun. Just it's so many different people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to
I don't want to
Kosher.
forget anybody,
Kosher.
because
Yeah,
it's
kosher.
kosher. Kosher. Listen,
Kosher.
after
Shout out to
kosher,
kosher.
after kosher went home, we got her
Yes,
straight. She was
yes,
way to
yes,
go. You know, she was a cheerleader for us. We
Yes.
appreciate our
Yes.
sister. You know, we
Thank
just
you.
talked to her
She's doing
about
well.
2026. She's like, "Are y'all doing
right,
2026?" I was like, "Hey, let's get out
I know,
2024
right? You're
first."
taking me too fast.
Um, just so many. I don't want to forget anybody. But I'm gonna say this to
blame it on
everybody
the
that
head, not the
supported
heart.
us.
Blame it on the
Yeah,
head, not the heart. You know, it's
yeah,
Yeah.
because
always
it
that.
is so many. Even the people that you would probably not even think that were likely to reach out, they did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we
Right,
appreciate that. We appreciate you guys. KSolo, I definitely wanted to tell you this. We appreciate this year. Even though you're not here riding, you rode with us. You rode with all the riders. I'm gonna probably start crying over this right here.
Uh-oh.
So, because I've had a couple of tears of emotion on this ride, but
right,
I told Tone, I said I appreciate him for bringing the Hoka Hey to life in 2024. So even though you couldn't ride, you did something for the riders, and we appreciate
right.
that
Yeah.
contribution to the culture. Logic, we appreciate the prayers for
Yeah.
coming in and just saying that every day. Any words were just needed.
Yeah.
Um, so I am crying, but it's tears of joy. I promise.
And definitely a shout out to Chris Hopper because Chris
Oh yeah,
Hopper,
Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hop,
yes, yeah.
hop.
Don't
We're
forget
definitely
Hop now.
everybody on this, everybody that got on for you guys. Yes, I'm not forgetting Hop because he definitely was instrumental in that too. Um, shit, Riot for being the front runner. You know, he came over when we were doing the briefing. He came over and it was like, hey, you guys can do this. Let's do it.
Yeah, the
Right,
support was
Um,
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Michelle, shout out to her for being the first female rider to finish.
No,
You
yeah,
know,
Shell did her
inspiration.
thing.
that's true sportsmanship right there.
Shell
Yeah,
That
yeah,
did
is
her
true
yeah.
thing.
Like
Yes.
sportsmanship.
everybody,
Yes.
listen. Like you and Reef gave us a sneak peek and a window to look into the Hoka Hey, and the camaraderie of it is awesome.
It
So
is.
we appreciate that. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes,
So
definitely.
that's kind of where we are with that. Everybody. So
Mhm.
if I missed you by name, trust me, we did not forget you. We do appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah.
Incredible. Would you like to send a shout out to anybody? By all means, all eyes are on you ladies right now.
All right. Definitely, like Cajun Nation, they were a big support group for us with the Cajun seasonings. Give a shout out to Hog Country. Like I said, he's my mechanic back in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So if you're in the area, definitely check them out. I also have Terry Johnson. He was a big supporter in regards to transport. So he's Terry Johnson of Fayetteville Transporting. Let's see, just friends and family. People were sending. We ride for gas because, as we know, it's expensive. So people I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I don't even know you, but thank you. So we're sending us great monetary support, prayers,
Yeah. Yeah.
encouragement. So it really did go a long way when you're on the road because I probably quit maybe 10 times, but I just kept going.
What?
So
What?
I was like, I
So
quit.
keep
I'm
that
out.
story.
This is
Hey,
dumb.
sorry, you heard that, sorry. So dig in, write those notes down, dig in. Let's find out what happened. What was going on?
Right
But
then.
but it's just a
Spill it,
mental
spill
thing. I mean,
it.
mentally, your mind can play tricks on you. So I just had to woo-saw get. I'm like, incredible. You know how to ride. You got this. Let's go. And then I was back in the game. But a couple of times I was like, this is dumb. I don't.
It's
I don't. I don't
look,
want to do it.
especially in Key West. We quit 20 times in Key
In
West.
that damn Debbie, we started off ready to quit. I was like, this
Until
is
I
dumb.
dragged him out of Debbie.
So, but
Yes.
yeah, so shout out to all the Bessie Bells, all the supporters, everyone, who cheered us on along the way. My tracker was working, so it was kind of who's incredible in regards to when we got certain places, but just always know we were always together. We
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
separated, even though the
Right,
other trackers were not working, just mine. We always stayed together. We were together when Kosher went down. So yeah,
right.
it was a good
And
thing.
prayers and best wishes to kosher out there.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Thank you.
definitely.
Yeah,
We
definitely,
appreciate
definitely.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Kink, where's Kink at? Let's wrap it up,
Hey,
Kink.
what's going on?
Hey, all right.
I would like to thank my sponsors. OS1 is a sock company. They outfitted all our bells with compression socks and calf sleeves. They make everything compression. So if you riding, you can get sleeves, you can get socks. you can get for your elbows, your arms, whatever. OS1, they're really good. I found them when I was doing one of my Atlanta shoe shows about 5-6 years ago, and they're really fun. A company, the people are really outstanding. So I asked her, when I was doing the Hoka Hey, and she was like, "Oh, what do you need?" She's like, "Okay." So she sent me a box of socks for me and my sister. So everybody got some, and with that rain, them socks came in handy because shoot,
Right.
after
Yeah.
coming through that damn storm, it was great to put on a fresh pair of nice, clean socks or whatever.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I definitely want to thank them. I want to thank everybody who donated to my charity, Autism Speaks. I want everybody who donated to me to help with gas, food, or lodging and whatever use the money for. I appreciate that. I want to thank all of my Bell sisters, for cheering us on for the whole ride. Kosha, she's ready to do 2026 already. I'm like, God damn it, could you heal up first? I mean,
Hey,
at least
hey,
I waited.
hey.
I healed and gave myself a half a year before I decided to go back. I asked trying to go back tomorrow. I'm like,
Where's
shit.
my mute button at with Kiki?
But yeah. But other than that, yeah, thank everybody who donated to us and appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Oh wait,
Right.
she forgot
Oh,
something
I
about her charity.
forgot to shout out my charity as well. So I rode for
Yes. Yes.
Autism North Carolina. That's near to my heart. My youngest son is autistic. He's on the spectrum, so I definitely wanted to bring awareness to that. So if you would like to go and put a donation in, it's on my Facebook page. The link to my charity is Autism of North Carolina. So that's what I rode for, to
Outstanding.
support awareness and bring some monetary support to autism.
Outstanding, lady.
That's
Outstanding.
awesome. That's
All
awesome.
right, Kurt. So listen, folks.
Shout out to Kim Henry.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kim Henry and
Jamaica.
Pop Off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out to them too.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Waiting on
So,
Pop Off to come in. We talked to Kim Henry this morning, before she went, was on her way back to Anchorage. Shout out to listen, all the ladies that, you know what I mean?
And
We here for it.
and all the ladies, I think it's
Yeah.
32 something, 30 ladies
30.
We
all
met
together.
we met Joyce
Yeah.
yesterday. So
Raindrop.
we praying for
Raindrop,
Raindrop on the
yeah.
recovery also.
yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We
Yeah.
are here for everything that this ride offered. We appreciated it. Much love.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, Shell did her thing coming in fifth, boy.
Somebody asked us, did we have heated gear? Hell yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
had
had
heated
heated
gear. We
Heated.
had heated gear. We had all the heated
Yeah.
gear, like the insoles. I got the vest. Listen, and we needed every stitch of it.
Mhm.
And look, let me tell y'all folks, people use hot hands and they got hot feet?
Hot toes.
Hot toes or whatever.
Listen.
The hot toes are great to put in your gloves because they're thinner and they stick to the inside of your gloves. So you
Right.
peel them off and you use those instead of using hot hands because they're
Listen,
not as bulky.
We went old school, new
Nugget.
school, whatever school you want to get.
Hey,
I had plastic
you had
bags on
to
my
prepare.
We had latex gloves. We had plastic bags for when it rained. Old school. Hey, if you
Yeah.
got on waterproof boots.
Because
But
because
in
look, you
that
went through all four seasons. You went through
yes,
all four
Oh,
seasons.
yes.
So that's
but
part
that
of that
that
planning and
tropical storm,
preparation.
you ride in the waters up to your floorboards.
Them climb suits are great,
Yeah.
but they were no match for Debbie. You
Right.
hear me? And we were looking down and we were soaked. I'm
Right.
talking about from head to like. All of our boots are waterproof.
Yep.
Incredible say her boots are no longer waterproof.
No longer.
Over.
And this is a Hoka Hey tip. If you out there in the elements where it's cold, grab that piece of aluminum foil out of that first aid kit.
Oh.
Baby, that hypothermia blanket.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the truth right there.
No, they was out here like rotisserie chicken.
We was warm.
Yeah.
We were warm. We like, oh yeah, this helps with
Oh.
hypothermia for first aid. We put that, wrap that around you.
Oh yeah.
You good.
No,
Yep.
listen, I didn't get in the rotisserie bacon oven. So I was freezing and chattering.
She over there shaking like Katharine Hepburn.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, I don't know if y'all saw the update from headquarters. The meal tickets for the party this evening are available at the finish line. That just come down from headquarters. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of wrap this thing up. We want you ladies to enjoy, but please also have a safe trip back home. It's not
Yes.
over when you get back home. So
Right.
our prayers and best wishes are still there out for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy this moment, relish in this moment, celebrate your accomplishment because it's not everybody that will say, "Hey, I want to go out and ride 10,000 miles, sleep outside, no GPS on a motorcycle for 13 days, 14 days, or whatever."
13th, get it right.
All right, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and let you go so you can enjoy yourself. Thank you for coming on. I truly, truly, truly appreciate this opportunity to
Yeah,
interview you, to hear your
yeah,
perspective on it.
yes.
And, blessings to you all.
Blessings to you all.
We appreciate you, KSolo. Like I said, A1 from day one.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
All right, ladies. Y'all take care. Be safe.
Take
All
care.
right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Oh, man. Logic. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you.
My.
My, folks. We were up last night waiting for the bells to come in. We were fleet tracker stalking them. We were
Yeah.
we were Hoka Hey community stalking them. We were all over the place looking for them. We reached out to Tea Time. We said, Tea Time, where are they at? Where are they at? We were doing everything we possibly could to try to get them on. And once they crossed the finish line, I knew the feeling. I knew the adrenaline rush that they were going through. And it might not have been the right time to talk to them, but they definitely showed their sportsmanship by congratulating Shell, rider of Dick. She was the fifth finisher, first female to come in, which is
Mhm.
outstanding.
Yes, it
Uh,
is.
and for everybody that's participating. So this we're gonna kind of keep this light this evening. Logic. Uh,
Yeah, we had an hour, so it's light. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll keep it light. We're gonna keep it light. I know a couple of people out there watching the channels. Once again, you can find us on YouTube at Keep It Logical, and then
Yes.
on KSolo The YouTube channel. So
Mhm.
please, by all means, go over, like, share, and subscribe. I would truly
Please,
appreciate
please.
it. We need to get our numbers up for the algorithm. Now, I don't know all about this algorithm stuff, but please go over there, uh, like, subscribe, share, all those good things. And for all the people that supported us, shout out to my dealership, Boneyard Harley Davidson. I had the opportunity to go there today. They were doing a luau, and it was incredible turnout. My shout out to Boneyard. Shout out to the Hog chapter. You gentlemen did your thing. All of you guys. Uh,
Mhm.
so I definitely want to give a shout out to them. But we're gonna go ahead, Lodge, and kind of wrap this thing up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Tomorrow,
sir.
I think will maybe our final broadcast. We may sporadically come on to kind of cover the ones that's coming in. Of course, when they hit that dead zone, there's really nothing that we can see, nothing that we probably have to talk about. So we may just scale back to just once a day. And
Mhm.
yeah, so as they get ready to head back home tomorrow, today is the end of ride celebration party. And then tomorrow they're going to be suiting up, getting ready to ride back home. So that way we may be able to catch one or two more riders that may want to give their perspective. By all means, if you have my number, if you have Hop number, you have Logic number, if you can message me on Facebook or YouTube to get
Mhm.
my number, we would love to have you on. Any rider out there that may be listening to this, I appreciate Ride. I appreciate everybody who came on.
Yes.
Loco,
Yes. Yes.
uh, if we pulled up your video and showed it on the live, it definitely was inspirational. We thank you. And on that note, Logic, you know
Hey,
what
thank y'all.
to
Thank
do.
y'all for joining us. We love you. Ride hard, ride safe, always ride on faith, and keep it logical.
All right, folks, keep it logical.
great night. We're expecting Dirty Dan to cross the finish line, our first rider, 12:03. We got a good crowd starting to show up out here. We've even got some local media starting to show up. Everyone's anticipating the first rider crossing the line. The 10th event of the Hoka Hey, right here in Homer, where it all started. Blackie, we're live on Facebook. You want to say a few words?
Hoka Hey.
All right. How are you feeling about the 10th event here?
It's a great deal. Glad to be a part of it. And I'm ready for our first rider to come in.
All right.
We'll start trickling in.
Nice. It's going to be a good week.
It's always first to get the first one in.
All right. Beth, you want to say a couple words while we're waiting? Oh.
Oh! Who's behind him?
There's two of them. Who's the other?
Oh, there's two people.
No, there's one.
One's a cop's probably.
He picked up an escort.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not with us.
Moment we've all been waiting for. Your first rider. Rider 12:03, Dirty Dan.
Woo!
Congratulations. And I'll say that bike is awfully dirty.
Come on in. All right. Congratulations. First time in.
Now all the official paperwork gets underway.
I was here for
11:24.
Let me get these earphones off. There we go.
Yeah, I just followed it out. Good.
Buddy of mine. Restoring my bike at his house.
There you have it, guys. Your first rider. Rider number 12:03, Dirty Dan, Daniel Bell. Congratulations.
No, that's just Montana. Oh, Justin. Oh, yeah, 3 checks. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, I like that one a lot better. Just more paid. No, I guess more sheep. Yeah, backside. Yeah.
Yeah, that first leg, turn by turn, mile by mile, but I
Yeah.
can tell you.
Yeah, that was about halfway through that first day. A lot of turns.
We made some good. We got it.
They have to remember that these guys started out in Florida and rode into Missouri.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's a heck of a start.
You're ahead of Utah's flooding.
How are you? So I did have to get kind of reroute around the outside there. And I made it up over that pass outside of Mexico.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't have reception for about 2 hours, so 2 hours later, pops up on that. That was yeah, I was glad I was on this bike. I was not sure on the other bike.
Listen, you're gonna do it. This is the way to do it.
You have any trouble with your bike? No issues with it. Other than the fuel pumps, you know, it's very screaming. Oh yeah. How's your chain? It needs to be tight. I should have.
Somebody should have got this guy a drink.
Also beating. I got an oil change there too. I had to do it at the dealership at the first checkpoint since I wanted to do 2 on the trip. And I plan to do one when I did 5,000 miles. That would have been last night. And I slept on the side of the road. So I wasn't about to change it everywhere. That's awesome. Good job.
Did you change any tires on your way up?
No tires.
No tires. Awesome.
Put a brand new fuel pump in there, brand new tires on it, and a brand new clutch.
How many miles did you put on, Dan?
So from those tires are looking sweet.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Oh, how come you got a light on yours?
Oh, I didn't know I did.
Oh, no, just happened to be where the light's shining.
Yeah.
From when I left Texas, I put on 11,000 miles. So it was right at 9,780-ish.
Okay.
That sound about right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
So you drove from Texas to Florida to start the journey? And how you getting back to
Tomorrow
Texas?
morning, you drive
I
back.
didn't have enough days off from work because I was hoping to do some riding, more riding, go out to Canada. hit
Sure.
some rock distances. But actually, there's a guy who's going to trailer back and we'll fly home with my wife.
Ah, cool. Awesome. Very cool. Yep, congratulations.
Awesome.
Woo!
Good job, Dan. Will I bring beer now?
We got viewers.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Glad to have you join us this evening.
How about whiskey?
You hit finish?
Yeah.